everybody, Happy New Year. Danielle Lazier here reporting from San Francisco and Vivre Real Estate. So as many of you know, I started my career as a real estate blogger. Well, I was a realtor, but I started a real estate blog in order to attract clients. And that was all the way back in the early 2000s, and it was called SF Hot List. And every year I love to do my annual predictions post. So we just launched ours for 2024. And I'll give you the highlights here, and then please take a deeper dive at vivrerealestate.com. Basically, we'll start with the report card. I'd give myself a B, maybe a B plus if I have pushy parents. But basically, okay, a little bit on the yes, a little bit on the no. And so what about this year? What are we thinking? Well, when it comes to home sales, I actually think that sales are going to go up. San Francisco is back, if you haven't heard. We actually saw the highest net migration into the city of any California county, so that's kind of exciting. But honestly, demand has never really been our issue. It's always been more of a supply side constraint, and I do expect that to loosen up more. And I also expect some of the would-be sellers to become more realistic about their pricing, especially in the condo market in certain areas, allowing people to move on, the market to reset, and things to get moving again. Which leads me to the prices. So that was a total mixed bag. Single family homes were up, condos were down, but it really depended on the neighborhood with some wild and widely different results last year. And I think the same thing will happen this year. I think we'll see modest appreciation for single families, although some segments might go gangbusters again. And condos, I think it's gonna really vary from neighborhood to neighborhood and type of property and so forth. But overall, I think the number of sales will come up. 2023 was a pretty down year in terms of home sales, and I think this year is going to be better. Interest rates will continue their downward decline, and my guess is that they will end up for the 30-year fixed around 6%, probably a little bit above that by the end of the year, but we shall see what happens there. And another thing to keep your eye on is all of these real estate commission lawsuits. They will continue. The class action lawyers are just making out way too well for this to stop, and California is the next one up. So you will continue to see headlines about this. My prediction is that very little is going to change in San Francisco this coming year. Basically, the lawsuit, and I get into it more on the blog, has to do with the buyer side commissions and how they're paid. And this may evolve and change over time, but I don't see much changing this year. With the exception of buyer broker agreements, I think you will find that more and more of what I would call the really professional, full-time real estate agents who work with buyers will be asking their clients to sign a contract. Our team does it. We've done it for years. Seller signs contracts. Why shouldn't the buyer? It lays out our fiduciary to the buyer, and it also lays out how we get compensated so that it's really transparent and not something that we're trying to hide or say that we work for free or anything like that. And to end, I'll add in something kind of fun on a design trend. I spoke to the owner of one of the best real estate staging companies in our area and also one of the top designers. And while he said he doesn't love to follow trends, because you don't want to be trendy necessarily when it comes to design, he did tell me, if we didn't already know this, that farmhouse is out. Woohoo! Although I think some people are always going to love that style. But anyway, farmhouse is out and colonial chic is in. So go Google that, colonial chic, and let's see what we see out there on Broker Tour and on the open houses with the new listings. So please check out the full post for more details and reach out if you have any questions. Obviously, here at Vivre Real Estate, we would love to be your trusted advisors when you are buying, selling real estate in San Francisco Bay Area, or refer you to an agent in your local market, because we are networked around the country with really great agents. Have a happy, healthy, peaceful, and prosperous 2024 and beyond. See you out there.